appreciated that it hasn't been officially announced, but I just wanted to see if you would, if you can speak to, what the signing of Josh Sargent means to the club.
Truthfully, John, this saga has been going on for a while now, and it's been at least a month that this whole thing has been out there. And what I would say is that until it is absolutely done, I don't even really want to talk about it. It's certainly an exciting potential thing, but like I said, until it's done, I won't really address it.
Hey, Robin. It's James.
Hey, James. How are you?
Not too bad. Excited for the season to get started here. It's been a busy few days. I just wanted to get you on some of the new additions that are officially across the line. Raheem,
Sure.
Aristobal, and Shalawi. How do they add to this squad?
Experience, certainly in Raheem and Daniel. It's guys who have experience in the league. Certainly Raheem is somebody who's here and has been here. Toronto's his home. He's super excited to come back. But he's gained a wealth of experience since I last worked with him. I haven't been around Raheem since 2017, and he's certainly grown and matured a great deal. And I feel like we get a far more complete version of Raheem than we had back in 2017. And then Daniel is someone who has been a pretty prolific scorer for a winger in this league for many years. When I was in Colorado, we used to see him several times a year, and he was always a thorn in our sides. So it's really exciting to have him with his wealth of experience and what he has done. He's managed to be very successful and productive on both sides, and even playing up the middle. So it just offers us more flexibility, more experience, more know-how. With Emilio, he's a really exciting young player who has a really, really interesting pedigree in that his father was a very prominent player for Colombia. And for Emilio to kind of cut his teeth at Atlético Nacional just speaks volumes about A, how good he is, and B, how mature he is, because that's a very, very difficult environment to go into as a young player. It's the best team in Colombia, has been for a long, long time. And for him to go there or start there and have the success that he's had, it's a really exciting prospect for us. And all three players, I think, give us a boost.
We go back to John.
Thanks, Ali. Just following up on that, Robin, will those three, are they available for selection for Dallas tomorrow?
They are all available, yes.
Go ahead, James.
Thanks, Ali. Robin, it's always a little bit tricky this early in the year, but what are you expecting from Dallas, and how big of a threat is Musa up front?
He's a huge threat. Just look at the statistics. He scores a lot of goals. He's obviously a very competent player who is in the mix for one of the best teams in the world with Croatia. So therefore that he's a very, very seasoned and accomplished player. Dallas has a lot of good athletic players. They have a lot of talented players. And I think Eric has done a good job in instilling a kind of fighting mentality in them. So I know it's going to be a difficult game for us because they are, they've come off a good preseason where they've had some successes. I'm sure they're feeling confident. So I certainly expect it to be a hard-fought game.
Go back to John.
Thanks, Ali. Robin, it's a new season after a very long, protracted off season and preseason training camp. You guys were able to get together in Spain for a little bit. What's your just general feeling of where the team is right now, going into its 20th season in MLS?
I was asked a question this morning. With all the new faces that we've had, how's it been incorporating the players? And the answer to that and the answer to what you just asked me is that it's gone really well. I feel as if the returning players, in terms of tactics and that sort of thing, just picked up where they left off, and the job of incorporating the new players was certainly down to not just myself and the staff, but to the players as well. And I feel like the ideas have come together pretty quickly, and we saw, certainly in our last preseason game, we saw a very cohesive effort offensively, defensively, which I think speaks volumes to the fact that the group has a pretty good understanding of what's being asked of them. So having said all that, we're really excited for what's coming up.
Go back to James.
Thanks again, LA. Robin, it's always a little bit hard to tell in preseason, unfamiliar opponents, the training schedules. But to my eye, you guys seemed a little bit more intent on playing with a bit more possession, having a bit more control in these matches. There was that same, intensity engagement from last year. What are we going to see on Saturday? How's this team going to play?
That's been one of our goals since day one, is to have more of the ball and have more control of the game that way. I thought last year we really took some steps forward in terms of controlling the game. Even without the ball, we made it very difficult for ourselves to play against, or made it difficult for our opponents to play against us. But one thing that we wanted to do, so we wanted to continue to be difficult to play against, but we wanted to be a little bit more efficient with the ball as well, and take some of our good possessions, turn them into more actual chances, and then obviously into more actual goals. We feel like we are moving in that direction. We're excited for certainly what the individual players can bring within the system that's being asked. And, we're, as I keep saying, we're pretty excited about where we're headed.
Go back to John.
Thanks, Ali. Robin, just interested to hear if you were dealing with any injury or fitness issues. I know Theo, Nixon, and Mateus, if I remember correctly, didn't see any active preseason games.
Yeah.
What's their status, and is there any other sort of injury issues or fitness issues that you're dealing with?
The only other two would be Zane and DeAndre, who picked up slight injuries in Spain. The conditions were extremely tough, extremely wet, and which led to slipping and various sorts of muscle injuries. So Zane and DK are also working back to fitness, and Theo, Nixon, and Mateus are all progressing really well. Theo and Mateus were on the field some last week. Theo was actually in training this week, and Nixon is in full training, and it's just a matter of getting his fitness right. He's worked extremely hard with his rehab, so we feel really good about how he is physically, but it's just a matter now of getting Nix up to speed fitness-wise.
Back to James.
Thanks again, LA. Robin, this season's not quite as front-loaded as last year. You guys played like 800 games last May, but 3 away, 9 at home, and then 6 on the road, split by the World Cup. How are you thinking about this first section of the year?
I think it is extremely front-loaded. 9 home games in a row, obviously following the 3rd game on the road. I think it's an opportunity. I think it's a real opportunity for us, but we have to take advantage of it. 9 games in a row at home this early in the year. You could talk about what that means for later in the year, playing lots of games on the road, but I prefer to look at it like this is an opportunity to really jump on the league. And if we take advantage of our home games, by our 12th game, we could be in a good position. But that's going to come down to us and how we perform and how we take care of those games.
Go back to John.
Thanks, Ali. Robin, I'm just curious about the conditions down in Frisco. Heat often in Texas is an issue. What's it been like down there for the last day or so?
Well, getting off the plane, it was game time yesterday, and it was absolutely spectacular. It was perfect. It was probably in the low 60s when we got off the plane yesterday. And wake up this morning, it's significantly colder. So for standing on the sidelines, not as great, but for actually playing, I think the temperature is going to be fantastic.